Well, with me now, AFC Wimbledon manager Johnnie Jackson. Not long now to the start of the Sky Bet League 2 season. One thing for absolute certain, it's going to be two very different teams to what competed out there at Blundell Park on May the 8th.
Yeah, I think so. There's been big changes at both clubs, certainly from our point of view. A real sort of overhaul. The team going up there on Saturday is going to look a lot different to that team that went up there at the last game of the season. So yeah, we're looking forward to that challenge. It's come around really quick this pre-season. Been really good from our point of view, but we're buzzing to get going now. We're really ready. Boys are they can't wait. You know, they're desperate to get league action underway.
Yeah, I was going to say, I spoke to Harry Pell on Saturday. He said that, obviously we've got a style of play that the players know how to play now, what they want to do out there. But how pleased are you in terms of how you've set them up? They're taking responsibility. You've given them everything to cross that line on Saturday.
Yeah, I think we're really well prepared. I think we've got a great group. The lads have been an absolute credit during pre-season as far as their attitude to the hard work. And Pelly spoke about what the club have given the boys as far as the improvements that have been made throughout the training ground, the tours, stuff that we went on. So really, we've had some really good preparation. No excuses on that front. We're fit, we're raring to go, and got a good squad of players to choose from. So can only choose 11. It is the problem, and there's a load of them that are desperate to play. But everyone's going to have a role, whether that's on Saturday, whether that's the following game, the one after, throughout the season. We're really going to need the squad, and it's about that squad mentality. But everyone's desperate to get going now.
As you said it is going to be needed. Having spoken to Terry Skiverton, he said that it could be the strongest League 2 that we've had for 10 years.
I think so. I think it's a really strong league. You look at the sides that came up, especially in Wrexham and Notts. I think two top sides they're going to have big budgets in this league as well, and they're going to be looking to progress straight away. So makes it tougher with some good teams obviously coming down from League One as well. So yeah, it's a difficult league, but it's good. It's going to be competitive. I know that it's not going to be any gimmies. And I don't think anyone's going to particularly run away with it like you saw obviously those guys did in the National League. I think it's going to be tougher for them to do that in League 2. But obviously, yeah, we want to be competitive. We want to try and win every game and see where that takes us.
New refereeing guidelines being brought in. Have you had time to digest them yet?
Yeah, well, we go to a managers meeting. All the League 2 managers get together, and you're briefed by the referees about how they're going to go about it, and I think it's quite clear. Obviously, some people are going to agree with it, some not. Don't want to see sort of as much injury time perhaps as what was getting added in the World Cup, and they're talking about it looking similar. I think it still needs to be sensible, but they've got a clear guideline about how they're allotting the time. So as long as it's sort of not guesswork, which I think some of the criticism before had been like, it just, sometimes you speak to a fourth official and they say like it feels like 3 minutes, so it's sort of like, oh, you're just plucking it out of thin air really. So at least they know where they're getting it from, and we can question that if we need to.
So with the players you've got at your disposal, I suppose it's really just Hussein Beeler, Paul Callenby, the only ones that are going to be absent at the moment at this stage.
Yeah, it's looking like a good roster to choose from. Obviously, Huss picked up that hamstring injury quite early in pre-season, into the game schedule. So he's gonna be unfortunately missing, and Paul with his long-term injury. But he's getting closer. He's back out running and doing bit parts of sessions and stuff like that. So hopefully he's back in amongst it before too long. But he's missed pre-season, so he's got catching up to do. So obviously not going to be involved for Saturday. But beyond that, yeah, we've got a good squad to choose from.
You've got, of course, Jake Reeves as captain, Alex Pearce as vice-captain. I remember you speaking to me at the end of last season about how important it was to get Pearcey fit again then, so that he'd hit the ground running at the start of pre-season. And it's going to be a vital player for us, isn't he? He
is, yeah. He's come back really fit. Pearcey, he looked after himself over the off season. He's come back. He's fit. He's not missed a beat yet as far as training and the matches when he's been chosen. He's stood up to that, and we want to get more games out of him this year. I think when he played, he was excellent. Just didn't play enough from our point of view. Was the problem. He's got stiff competition now in in his position, but that's good. That's a good thing, and he embraces that. And it's down to any one individual now to get in the team. And obviously, you know, quite straightforward. You're in the team and you're doing well, you stay in the team. Obviously, we will use the squad as best we can. And games, you know, we play Saturday, but then straight away you've got the League Cup game in midweek, and then another league game in the following midweek. So we're going to need those guys, every single one of them. But Piercy's come back really fit and looking strong.
It's great to hear. Nothing can be absolutely perfect, but it's pretty much going like clockwork.
Yeah, listen, we've had a good preparation. The games have gone really well. We lost Huss during pre-season, so you know not everything is perfect, and it's never going to be. That's part and parcel of the game, unfortunately. But you know we're disappointed not to have him available. But I think if you asked any of the lads and the staff and everyone around the club how pre-season's gone, they're going to say that it's been really positive. It's gone as well as it could have done. We're into the real stuff now, and we're excited by that, and that's obviously where we really be judged. But as far as being ready, yeah, we're ready to go.
I think the last time I spoke to you about transfers in terms of incomings was you said you just got to be patient at this stage. Is it just sort of looking at the way the food chain is, and if you want to get the pick of your best loans, just waiting for things to filter down, perhaps?
Yeah, it is. I think generally speaking, I know we've brought in a couple of loans, but generally speaking, it's going to be they happen later in the window. A lot of the ones that that you're looking at, they stay with their parent clubs throughout that pre-season to see how that analyse for them, and then they make decisions later on the ones that are going to go out. So I think there'll be a lot of players that become available in the next week or so that perhaps weren't available before now, and obviously we have to manage our own squad as far as the size, outgoings. Perhaps before we look at any more incomings and stuff like that, and obviously we've done a lot of business, so we need to be prudent around what remains of the budget and make sure that what we are going to do between now and the end of the window is absolutely the correct type of business, and it's got to be right as far as filling the holes in the squad that I think are missing, and they've got to be the right type of characters because we've built a really good group here, and you're not just going to throw anyone into that. They need to be the right types too. You've
got some very good young players as well. I suppose it's a similar situation with us in terms of for Michael Hamilton when sort of letting younger players perhaps go out on loan. You've got to wait and see.
Yeah, exactly. You look at some of them young lads that have been in and around the squad for the whole of pre-season. Morgan Williams, Aaron Sassu, Paris Locke, the three that turned pro. They've been an important part of what we're doing this pre-season, and they've really impressed. So we want them to have their sort of the next step in their career as far as going to get games and playing regularly senior football. But there's a chance that could be with us. And before we do move to bring in loans from the outside, we need to make sure absolutely that that we're not blocking pathways of our own players. And if we do make moves, we need to be sure that it's improving us and it's just not stifling what we've already got in the building, because we've got some talented youngsters, and like we've shown during pre-season, we're not afraid to use them, and I think they've all shown real attributes that perhaps we can use throughout the season. I'm excited for the fans to show. I mean, some of them would have seen us during pre-season, but some of it's going to be the first look at us, and I feel we've got a real new look about us, a new energy, a new positivity, and I'm keen to share that with the supporters. So brilliant that they're going again in their numbers. The support we've had during pre-season has been remarkable. The gates that we've got in them home games, and we've took numbers everywhere we've gone during the pre-season. So hopefully there's a real excitement amongst the support of the fan base and the club in general about where we're going with this. And obviously we want to start well, and the real stuff starts now.
Johnny, best of luck.
Cheers, Rob.